A Pinto with a bad reputation. Very few cars in American history carry a reputation as negative as the Ford Pinto. When it debuted in 1970, the Pinto was Ford's answer to the growing demand for small, affordable cars. It was a subcompact economy vehicle meant to deliver the simplest form of transportation possible, all for an incredibly low $1,900 price tag. It wasn't attractive, it wasn't exciting, and it certainly wasn't fast. To most people, it was just a cheap commuter. But to one man, the Pinto was hiding something special. That man was Jack Stratton. Stratton knew the Pinto would never be a wild V8 street fighter, but he also knew that buried underneath its plain styling was a lightweight platform with serious, untapped potential. His idea to turn the Pinto into a real performance machine led him down a path that resulted in a car capable of beating respected sports cars like the Datsun 240Z and even the Porsche 914. And yet, almost no one knows it ever existed. This is the story of the Ford Pinto Pangra, the man behind the Pangra. The creator of the Pangra, Jack Stratton, wasn't your average car salesman working out of Huntington Ford in California. He wasn't just the general sales manager at the dealership. Stratton was a visionary, a hands-on tinkerer, and above all, a true performance enthusiast. At a time when American muscle cars were being crushed by rising insurance costs and strict emissions regulations, most people were desperately trying to hold onto V8 performance. Stratton chose a different direction. Instead of fighting a losing battle, he embraced smaller, more emissions-friendly platforms as the future of performance. Why? The Pinto was the perfect starting point. Since Stratton worked at a Ford dealership, the newly released Pinto became the perfect foundation. To most buyers, the Pinto was nothing more than a dull commuter car built to be cheap. But that simplicity came with a major advantage. The Pinto was light, very light. At just about 2,000 pounds, it was a featherweight by American standards and even a couple hundred pounds lighter than the Chevy Vega. With a 94 inches wheelbase, the Pinto was also shorter than the Ford Maverick. While the stock Pinto wasn't exciting to drive, its size and weight gave it the potential to become a sharp handling car with the right modifications. Stratton imagined the Pangra not only as a leader among American compacts, but as a car that could challenge imports as well, fixing the Pinto's looks. To be taken seriously as a performance car, the Pinto needed more than good balance and low weight. It needed a bold, new appearance. Stratton brought in Bob Crow, a fiberglass specialist, to completely redesign the front end. The original bland nose was replaced with a dramatic shark nose design. The new front clip was sleek, aggressive, and far closer to a C3 Corvette than a stock Pinto. It featured hand-operated pop-up headlights, slimmer fenders, and a sharper, more angular profile. The front end alone added a full 10 into the car's length. Suddenly, the Pinto no longer looked like a grocery getter, especially with the bumpers removed. The Pangra looked genuinely cool. The rear end, doors, and quarter panels remained mostly stock, but the visual transformation up front made a huge difference, turning the Pinto into a corner carver. Looks alone weren't enough. The stock economy suspension had to go. Stratton focused on making sure the Pinto Pangra could handle corners as well as it looked. He partnered with Coney to create a complete handling package that included specially valved shocks, a 2 inches suspension drop, 7-in wide magnesium wheels, and revised suspension geometry. These changes completely altered how the car behaved. According to a period brochure from Huntington Ford, the Pangra could pull 874 GS on a skid pad before losing traction. By comparison, the Porsche 914 and the Datsun 240Z managed around 73 GS. Those numbers made it clear that the Pangra had serious handling ability for its time. A turbocharged solution for power. With the chassis sorted, attention turned to power. The stock Pinto engine was a modest 2L inline, for that was never meant to be a performance engine. In factory form, it barely produced around 9 horsepower on a good day. Stuffing a V8 under the hood would have ruined the car's balance. So Stratton chose a smarter route, forced induction. He teamed up with turbocharging pioneer A.K. Miller, a major name in 70s turbo development. Together, they fitted the Pinto's 2L single overhead cam engine with an AI research turbocharger using a draw-through 2-barrel carburetor. Power jumped from around 90 horsepower to an impressive 175 horsepower. The system was carefully engineered, running about 10 psi of boost thanks to a lowered 7-to-1 compression ratio. Water injection helped control heat and cylinder pressure, keeping the engine reliable and allowing the car to remain 100% EPA compliant at a time when many turbo projects could not. Performance that shocked everyone. All of these upgrades paid off. The Pinto Pangra could hit 0 to 60 in roughly 7.5 seconds and run the quarter mile in the low 15ths. That made it quicker than both the Datsun 240Z and the Porsche 914. For a car that started life as an economy Pinto, those numbers were nothing short of shocking. How the Pinto Pangra was sold. The Pinto Pangra was available from 1972 to 1973 through Huntington Ford. Buyers had had two main options. You could purchase a fully assembled turnkey Pangra from the dealership for around $5,000, complete with Recaro seats and a special custom dashboard. Alternatively, buyers could build their own using one or more of three available kits. The Level 1 kit included the fiberglass front fascia for $600. The Level 2 kit was the Pangra Can-Am suspension package with lowering springs, Coney shocks, and sway bars, priced just under $11,000. The third kit was the powertrain package, which included the turbocharger, water injection system, exhaust components, and mounting hardware for $691. Buyers could combine the kits, but the special dashboard was never sold separately, making dealer-built cars impossible to fully clone. A rare and forgotten performance car, the Pangra kits worked on both hatchback Pintos and wagons. Estimates suggest only about 20 to 50 complete turnkey Pangra were built, along with roughly 100 kit cars. Today, only a handful remain. So if you ever see a strange-looking Pinto at a car show, take a closer look. You might be looking at a Pangra, one of the most unlikely yet capable sports cars of its time. If you enjoyed this video, like and share this video with other car enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to Crypt for more documentary-style videos.